Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I'm Cheryl Harnish. Hi. And I'm the author of the Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit deck. And for those of you who follow my channel, yes, I'm finally back. And at the end of the video, I'll put a little piece in there about, where I've been and what I've been doing. I know a lot of you are just like, you're back. Let's just get on with the readings. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get on with the readings. So also, not only am I back, I need to say this. I also decided I'm going to put my readings on sale as a thank you for all your love and support over the last few months. Your emails have been tremendous and have made a big impact in my life. So with that said, what is happening for the month of September, my birthday month? So what we're going to do is a two-tiered reading, which I really like, more in-depth. So for our first choice, for the main bulk of the reading, we're going to do the top tier, which is our Kung Fu little fighters here. So we'll say this is card pile choice number 1, choice number 2, and choice number 3. And then after that, you can choose one of the stones for your second tier. So this is love, believe, and laugh. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is draw maybe 2 or 3 cards as an extra bonus reading to your first pile. Okay. So as always, take your time, get yourself settled. Choose your readings, whichever way works for you. And if you start into a reading and it's not resonating, just go back to the beginning and make a different choice, because sometimes we get a little bit buzzy and wired when we're trying to decide for ourselves. So just go back and start again, but usually it's pretty point on. So let's get into the reading. Hi, group number 1. How are you? Okay. So isn't he cute? Our little kick butt guys. All right, let's see. I'm excited to be back doing readings. I just can't tell you how much joy this actually brings me. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So, the first card we have is Speak Your Truth. Kind of self-explanatory, right? And we have Expansion. A lot of oranges, red, like all the 3 base chakras. So this is a lot about expressing and creativity and creation going on here. So those are kind of interesting, these two coming in together. And we have the Clarity card. And we have Shenrizi. Now, I love Shenrizi. You can see this deity in here. Here's his eyes, nose, mouth, and he has these big Buddha ears hanging here. And Shenrizi is all about manifesting, the process of manifesting, understanding that, mastering it, and really coming into a point where you're starting to see some of your, your bigger wishes, hopes, and desires starting to manifest out here in the physical world. So this is really empowering. But what I find, I'm just going to go to this before we pull some additional cards here. With this Expansion card here, it's like this kind of flower, and there's all this energy pouring out. And this is very much a social card. And what this is talking about is coming into service, being in service in some way to groups of people, or a lot of people, or multiple people. And whether that's like speaking or teaching or doing workshops or being volunteering, being part of a community, a part of a group, a part of the whole. It's about offering who you are and what you are in service to others out here in the world. And, a lot of this is about like manning up and braving up and pulling up your big boy or big girl panties, big boy boxers, big girl panties, and really going, I do have something that can be shared out here in the world. I do have something that can be of service and can benefit humanity or groups or people's on some level, where this could be even working individually one-on-one, whether that would be like life coaching or whatnot, whatever your particular gifts are, but that you're working with multiple people or many people, okay? And there's some sort of expansion opening up and happening here. And to me, that just really plays along with this Shenrizi card with, coming into that place of saying, okay, I'm going to own myself and own my power and, become a part of the group and the collective and make my contribution to humanity. And about manifesting not just, the job or the way, but manifesting the right place to do it and how this unfolds, right? So there's a lot of higher self energy moving through this reading. Okay, so I'm like torn because I'm getting excited about these cards, what's come. Now, with that clarity card, it's the color isn't completely true on video. This is more of a deeper violet running through here. And it's almost talking about, the crown chakra and the violet energy of, like what I was saying with the Shenrizi card working in here, is that this is a part of your higher self, your higher expression, and really gaining that deeper understanding in your heart and soul of what you want to do and what your contribution is, aside from the fears that we all have that are very natural when we come to step into our truth as our higher expression, our divine expression. And that's what this is talking about. And it's funny that the other card that showed up with this is the Speak Your Truth, because, with this expansion and this divine expression and really manifesting more from a soul level what's really congruent with you, we have the Speak Your Truth card. And this has just about every shade of blue that there is in this card. And then again, we have this mirroring with the clarity card with these violets and purples showing up in here. And so that's talking about you speaking your truth, but not just speaking your truth in general, but even on a much higher level, right? From a higher place. So for some of you, this will be about, we build these skills and we learn how to step through this. So some of you might find in September that you're feeling challenged or coming into these situations where it's kind of like, okay, I really do just need to say what is true for me. So whether that's, even one-on-one in your personal relationships, really, being brave and coming from a place of the heart and saying what needs to be said, right? But you'll find that this is also talking about you becoming this expression out in the world and becoming this voice, so to speak. And that's like, whether you are in that teacher, speaker, writer mode where it is directly about your actual expression of things, or whether this is the expression of you out here in the world. There's a lot about you really stepping into your truth in September and really becoming a lot more authentic to who you really are and being that out in the world. So, this is where we get challenged when we are really growing into our path and stepping into our path. And I feel like for some of you, if this has been calling you and playing on your mind, about working with people in groups and things like this, I feel like this is a really strong confirmation for you guys and for others, that if you're kind of feeling like you're not quite sure, where do I aim my arrow and point, they're kind of saying, look to a place where you can interact with the world, with the public, with people in some sort of way. Because these beautiful gifts that you have, you guys, you weren't meant to hoard them and keep them all to yourself so that you can feel safe. You came here with these gifts to express them out here in the world, right? So let's just add our last 2 cards and see what the final message for September, what other energies we are working with. Okay. All right. That totally makes sense. So the first card that I have here is the Innocence card. Okay. And with the Innocence card showing up, I feel like they are pointing to what I've been talking about, like, seeing your fears, your inner feelings that have been kind of holding you back or making you second guess yourself, and that what is keeping you from really moving forward in this. And, in this, with this Innocence card, it's like in September, this is the month where you really start to see yourself in your purity, in your truth of who you really are, and that this story of you that you keep living and stays alive, this person you see or believe yourself to be, is not really the truth of who you are, and the innate need and the innocence of the soul in needing to express that and making way for that to happen. Now, the last card that came, the Starseed card, and whenever this card comes up, they're saying that this is about you stepping out in a way that is really authentic to you, and that it's not about doing things the way that everyone else is doing them. This is about you. I have this expression in my head and I can't even put it together right. Like drumming, marching to your own drum. That it's very much about you finding your place in this world, literally by finding your place in your heart of what your truth, speak your truth of what your truth is. And it's almost like by really claiming yourself in what you want to do, even if it's not what, your family or friends or anybody expects of you. It's not about that. This is about you really being authentic to yourself. That this is about, the month of September is about you finding your place where you really fit in here, in here, this reality, in your own unique, special way. Okay. So this is quite an amazing month. Now we still have part 2 to do. So take a moment and choose one of your 3 stones, the love, believe, or laugh, and that will add a few more cards that are more specific to you about what's happening here for September. All right, I am available for personal readings. They are on sale. Hit the like button. I'm so excited to have given you guys a reading this month. Take care. I will see you guys again next week. Hi, Group 2. How are you? For those of you who chose our little Kung Fu, I don't even know. I can't even figure out names to give these guys because I don't really know their poses. So number 2, that's how we're going to go with this. So what is happening for you guys this month? We have Elemental. I love this card. This is very much about connecting to nature, naturopathic remedies, alternative health, getting yourself grounded in earth energies. And we have Nectar of Life. So, Nectar of Life is about enjoying the good things in life, but I feel like they're almost talking about this shift or change, where it may have felt heavy or repressive even over the last few months or the last few weeks. It's individual for each of you, that there's some sort of lightness in the energy coming up for you guys in September. Okay, and we have boundless. So again, it's that opening energy. That boundless card is saying that there are no limits. Truly, this is an infinite reality that we live in, but we look at it from this human perspective of finite, that there's only so much, right? And it's so not, oh my goodness. And we have creative. So with that creation card, it feels to me like you guys have, it's very much like this opening kind of energy. And with that creative card, like this, to me, it's almost like the formation of a new galaxy or the formation of a new world. And this is really about stepping more into like your creative gifts or getting into more creative types of expressions or situations in this month. It's really tapping into a lot of the root things within yourself. And I feel like with this elemental card here, we have these, it's like this beautiful golden color and these greens. Okay, so it's like heart and solar plex chakra, and getting really balanced between your sense of personal power and your heart, and really coming into that mid place. So you're not living all from up here, in your mind and thoughts and getting carried away with all of that. And especially with that feeling that I had that it's been heavy, or, there's been more stress to deal with over the last few weeks or few months, that you're coming up into more of this upswing where, you can come into that place where you're more in a place of mindfulness, of watching your thoughts, seeing, the drama that the personality of you goes through and lives through, and coming to that place of inner awareness and inner quiet. And so that taking time to connect with nature in some way really helps bring you to that place of inner stillness, inner quiet, inner awareness, and really bringing you into that natural place of resting within your heart center instead of up here in your head. Now, I know I've had other people say in the comments, like, I am housebound, for whatever reason, I can't get outside. And if you can't get outside, bring the outside in. Get some plants, flowers, anything that is natural, nature-like, for you to sit with that energy, because the energy, the stillness of the plants is you. Right? And is about making that connection and getting out of these buzzy higher thoughts. But there is also an element of getting, like, I feel like there's some sort of health thing going on, and it'll manifest differently for each of you. But it is, something about whether that's herbal remedies, natural remedies, alternative medicine, getting back to a more plant-based diet. I'm not saying become vegetarian or become vegan. I'm just saying that there's about, intaking a higher percentage of fruits and vegetables and natural foods, because there's a lot of nature and natural coming in here. So there is something about that with that creative card here about living more creatively, but because that creative card has come out with this boundless card, it does feel to me like, this is about you getting more grounded and centered and rooted this month, and really starting to feel some of the joy in the finer things and the lighter things in life. But there's this element of creativeness. So that could come out as actual, like artistic or expressive sort of means. But it is also about starting to wade through all the stuff that's been going on in your mind and starting to see beyond that point of the limited point of view that you've had. And I feel like this is talking about coming back to your role and truth as manifester, and like taking the cap off, the cap meaning the limitations that you've placed on yourself, on who you are, what you're capable of, what kind of life you can actually live. The life that you're living now that you feel like you're struggling through is not the truth of all that you can have, do, and be in this world, right? And it feels like this is about you guys really coming into that place this month. So it feels like it's very much like a power month for you guys, and coming into your power and coming into your truth. So we're just going to pull our last 2 cards, because I like to pull one from each deck. And let's just see what else we have here for you guys. Okay. I'm going to take this one and this one. All right. So I love that they are talking about exactly what I said. This is the Return of Spirit card. And this is, September is your month of feeling that return of spirit, that return of, with the nectar of life, that return of a sense of joy and a sense of hope and a sense of wonder, and that sense of, you know what? Hell yeah, I can have more in life. And it's not, having those desires doesn't make you greedy or, a lower life form, or, of a lower vibration. It's actually putting you back into alignment with the truth of who you are, which is unlimited abundance. We are naturally abundant. And so it feels like this is like your second wind, because I always see this as some sort of phoenix, eagle, bird energy. And this is about, spreading your wings this month and beginning to fly. This isn't like a little crouching bird who's just perched. This bird is ready to fly. And it's like that rebirth coming out of the ashes of the difficulties or the stress or whatever's been going on this last little bit, and kind of coming reborn, catching your breath and like, all right, let's go. Let's get something going. All right. And the last card that we have here with this is the voice card. And I do see these as 2 vocal cords. And again, we have more yellow. It's every single card in here has yellows in them. So this is really about you guys coming back to that sense of power. And like with the voice card, I say it is about speaking your truth and things like that. But I feel like this is more about not just your voice, but the expression of you out here in the world, and understanding how you express yourself out here in the world. Creativity, through artistic means, or even if it's just journaling and writing, like whatever that is, a way to get the gears switched from this very internal mental process that had been going on into this more outwardly expressive kind of energy in manifesting and creating this month. Okay, so that's not the end of your reading. We still have level 2 to do, and my readings are on sale, my personal readings. So if you want something more in depth, please do feel free to contact me. And we have the love, believe, or laugh. And I'm just going to pull like 2 or 3 more cards that's more specific to you. Okay. All right. I will see you guys again soon. Take care. Hi, group number 3. How are you? Okay. So for those of you who chose our very kick-butt Buddha number 3, let's see what September has in store for you. Oh, okay. I'm just going to go right to this card, because we have the friendship card. Okay. And all those soft pinks, that green is the color for the heart chakra. But when you study enough about the chakras, pink is the alternate color or supporting color of green that represents the heart chakra. So I feel like this is very much a heart-centered month for you guys. And with that friendship card, it feels like, they're talking about, strengthening your relationships with, your current friends. But it feels like really even making more contact and connection to other people, where you start to foster these relationships, relationships that really work for you, that are congruent for you, where they're mutual, where it's not all about you giving to them. We have that feeling sometimes that there's an imbalance in our relationships, where when you need somebody, nobody seems to be around. And this is talking about a balance returning in those relationships, so that your relationships are really operating more from this heart level, in this beautiful exchange of give and take, and nurturing and fostering new relationships coming in for September. All right, nice. So we have the Goddess card. And with that Goddess card, I see this as like a tiara or a crown in some way. Now, I know we have a lot of male viewers, and so the Goddess card isn't just purely about feminine energy, but it is, if you're male, it is about embracing more of the feminine qualities, because we are all here to actually come into balance between masculine and feminine. So this is about embracing those goddess qualities. And for some of you, where your self-esteem is, way down low here, this is about you getting your goddess on, right? Like really starting to claim who you are. But with that goddess energy, that's where the fundamental feminine principles really step into play, which is feminine is nurturing. Feminine is loving, open loving, without conditions, limitations, that sort of thing. It's very nurturing love. And intuition is also a big part of feminine energy. So these are clues and pointers to you guys about what this month is about and where things are heading for you and where to be looking to for things. The other thing with feminine energy is service. There's something about being in service here. So we have the empowerment card. And it's funny because all three readings have talked about empowerment in different ways, in different forms. And I feel like they are talking directly about, those feminine principles of intuition, service, nurturing, caring, operating from here within the heart center, that sort of thing, as being the key for you guys to come back into that place of feeling empowered in your life and feeling empowered in your relationships, right? Because that friendship card is definitely a relationship card. And that can be about making amends, like coming to that place of empowerment where you are able to forgive, or that through these other things, like going in, like intuitively dealing with your relationships in a way that you intuitively feel, even though that may not be the way you would normally handle relationships, right? And being in service and creating more relationship with the world at large out here. Okay, so, and the last card we have, oh, beautiful, is the infinite card. And I really love this card because we have the infinity symbol here, right? But in here we have two double spirals spiraling out. and I can't even get my hands to go in that direction. And wherever there's spirals, there is healing. And again, you know, these spirals are green, and it is talking again about that heart chakra. So for you guys, this really is a big opening month, right? It's really a shift from up here into your heart and making these connections. But, you know, with these violets and deep, deep violets, this is also very much a crown chakra card, you know, and it's a number 11. I have to point out, which is a master number, building number. So like building new relationships, building on your intuition, coming to a place where you're empowered in your intuition. And this card, infinite possibilities, it's, you know, there is no limit. Do not put a limit on yourself, you know, like, oh, it would take me 5 years to become intuitive enough to be able to do readings, or, you know, any of that stuff. That's all mind, false self. The truth is you are intuitive. You are everything you experience, see, touch, feel in this reality. And every person you meet is you, because you are actually one expressing itself through others. You are God. You are all God expressing yourself as these individuals we perceive as separate. So there is no limitation on your intuition, on how you can be of service out here in the world, on how you can give, and no limit on the relationships that you can have in the way that you need, that is nurturing for you and for other people. So, you know, it's funny, this has also come up in the other readings, and it seems to be almost like a planetary thing this month, that it is getting outside the limits of the confined box that we've created, that is the story of us, and breaking through that story, breaking out of that box into something that is more authentic and true for you. Okay, so let's just see what our last two cards for this is. And I like to pull the cards on camera because just a second here, because the craziest cards will come out, and if I don't do it on camera, you're like, oh, you cherry picked those, and I never cherry pick the cards. So beautiful. Okay, so we have the up card, and the up card is talking about things coming into an upswing for you, you know, a shift from the way that things have been playing out for you. So, you know, with your intuition, in your friendships, in how limited you've been feeling, and also with this empowerment card, an upshift in your feeling of personal empowerment. But the other thing, I feel like it plays with this card so well, because this is about you stepping into this higher aspect. You know what I was saying about breaking out of the box of the personality of you into more authentic expression and truth of yourself. And this up card is saying, you know, you're manning up or leveling up more into this higher level. And it is about also looking up, you know, into the heavens, so to speak, in that you're looking to your higher expression of yourself. So it feels like there's going to, there we go. So the last card that I drew with this is frequency shift. And I mean, that says it all, that is exactly what this month of September is for you guys, right? Because when we shift from that place of mind, thinking, thought, personality that we think ourselves to be, which the ego isn't even real, it doesn't even exist. It's like a leech that is sucked onto us, and we think we are Jane and Bill and John and, you know, I've got all these J names, when we really aren't. That we are this flow of pure divine love, energy, awareness. And this is a shift for you guys into that more authentic expression of yourself. So this really is a month of empowerment for you guys. Now, our reading isn't done. We still have the second part where it makes the reading a little more authentic. I'm going to draw 2 or 3 cards from the Return of Spirit deck. And I am available for personal readings, so you can contact me. My info is down below. Anyhow, I will see you guys in just a sec. Take care. Okay, so for those of you who have chosen our love stone, let's see what your additional reading is. Hopefully okay, well, clearly that's one of your cards. And I'll just dig out 2 more here. This one is like screaming at me, so I've got to take that one. Okay, let's flip that card that like was jumping out of the deck. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so we have the feline card, and I'm sure you guys can see this cat-like face here in the center, and it's almost like coming out of the cosmos. This card is literally about feeling like things have been stagnant or not moving, or feeling like, you know, you've been having to wait. There's been some sort of delay, and that, whether that's about something specific that you've been working towards, or just the way, you know, life does that. You know, we go in these ebbs and flows, right? And that feline card is talking about this leap forward. It's very much a progression card. So I don't know which reading each of you have had previous to this, but this is about you making taking a big step, making a big leap forward this month. And it could be related to what your group set of cards were, or this could be something completely separate from this. But the big thing with that feline card, I need to say, is that the feline card talks about success. Okay, so maybe this is to help abate any fears that you may have, but the feline card is saying that this step forward, this leap forward that you're taking, it's bringing you success. It will be successful, or it's bringing you onto the path where you feel successful inside about what you've done. Okay, so that's a huge, no wonder it was like jumping out of the deck, because it's literally about leaping, and it even says that in the booklet, and it leaped out of the deck at us. Okay, okay. So we have the simplicity card, and that's saying, you know, that the ego, in order to kind of keep us from moving forward, the ego interjects with all its la 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 la, and says, oh, but you know, see, if you need to do that, then you need to do this, and see how complicated this is, and blah, 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 blah. And it just keeps you like spinning on a wheel of perpetual, unending thoughts and thinking and fears to keep you from moving forward with what you need to do. And this simplicity card is saying things are simple. It's very simple. You need to get out of your head, your thoughts, your thinking, the fears. It's not real, right? That is not you. And this is about taking your view and literally honing it down and going, okay, what is the first thing I need to do? And doing that one step. And staying focused right in that one thing, because right now it can feel very overwhelming with, you know, all these different aspects of whatever this is that they're talking about. And I have a feeling that you will know what this is referring to, which area or aspect of your life. And it is about really simplifying it, getting out of your head and just going one step at a time and dealing with one step at a time. And it just really does simplify the process of what you're doing and where you need to go. And sometimes that is talking about needing to simplify your life as well in general, not just the path that you're taking, but like sometimes we need to go, okay, I've got way too much going on in my life that I can effectively deal with. And some of this can go or be put aside for later, so there is something about cleaning house and the house of your life this month. Nice. Okay, and then the last card we have is the Fearless card. And again, it's this bird-like energy, and this is a bird that's taking off. And so, especially with that feline card sitting there, where this is a month where you're making progress, where you are moving forward, where you are taking that big leap, it's saying to that you really need to come from a place where you are stepping out of your fear and your thoughts and just moving forward in a very simple, methodical way, right? And not to believe all that chatter that is holding you back. You need to come out of here, down into here, and rest from here, where the thoughts do not live, where, you are moving from your heart and truth and soul out into the world, because the fears are not true. Whatever it is telling you, it's not the truth. And that is about you moving forward this month in a way that helps you move past your fears. And that bird, to me, the word that just is pounding in my brain right now is freedom. It feels to me like you guys are going to experience a sense of freedom in some way this month. Okay. So that's very amazing. All right. So again, thank you. I am so glad I got to do a reading for you guys. All my contact info is down below. I will see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi. Okay. For those of you who chose our Believe stone, let's see what the universe has for a little bit more of a personalized message for you here. Okay, the Believe group. All right, that one definitely is coming out. Wow. All three are very close to the front. So beautiful. Okay, so for our first card, we have Take Flight. All right, and that is the social butterfly energy here. So with this card, in this fractal, there's this main butterfly, and then it's very difficult to show on camera, but it's actually thousands of little butterflies that are making up the shape of this butterfly, and it's fractal in nature, meaning it's self-repeating. Okay. And it ends up making this chain linking around this butterfly. So this really talks about social connections, getting connected to other people. It's like literally about spreading your wings and flying this month and taking flight. And, this butterfly is drinking the nectar of this flower that is in the heavens. And it is talking about you in one way, really operating from a more intuitive kind of center, but it's also talking about that you getting out there and you taking flight is what literally feeds your soul. It feeds you from the heavens. So, it's another way of saying that it puts you into this beautiful alignment where the energy really flows from you to other people and from others to you. It's this beautiful symbiotic kind of relationship or energy exchange. So this is a month of change and opening and expansion. That kind of energy is here for you. And that works, I mean, absolutely perfectly with the contact card, because I see this as two sides coming together and making this amazing connection. And with all this blue energy, it's like, this expressive connection. So whether this is talking about you taking flight and making connections in a very social way, this could be with one person or multiple people, but it's like this month is a month of making connections with other people. Okay. And so it feels like, this came in the other reading, there's a feeling of moving past your own personal limitations or boundaries, like expanding or stepping out past that, because the other card that we have here is the immunity card. And I mean, I have to say, I mean, this is COVID time, right? COVID is still here, and this is talking in one way about, having a strong immunity and being in that place of good health, of course. But the immunity card is also talking about coming to this place of having an inner immunity to what is happening out here in the world around you, the events and situations of other people, and not taking on, taking personally things that other people say or what others may hold for as opinions for you. It's like, it's almost like the nattering, chattering world out here, and like having this, shield, this energy shield that kind of buffers it for you, so that you have this kind of place of freedom within you to be able to move forward and take flight, right? That, because sometimes there's things, because this is such a social card, there's things that happen with the people in our lives that sometimes happen. They kind of sends us for a tailspin. And this is talking about you coming out of that tailspin, or not being knocked off your center by other people's opinion, whether that's your family, your friends, your closest relationship, like your partners, or at work, wherever this is more, this is talking about a really beautiful stability and foundation for you this month. So, I mean, that's definitely very encouraging. Anyhow, if you'd like to contact me, all my info is down below. I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so grateful to have been able to give you this reading. I will see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi. Okay. So for those of you who have chose our laughing stone, let's see what the universe has for you as a final message. Okay, that one is definitely staying. The cards have been jumping out for the second part of our reading. That's kind of funny. All right, I'm torn. I'm going to put this one to the side. I don't know if we're actually going to use it, but I don't know. It has some energy. Just go with that. Okay. So we have the mediumship card, which is two sides coming together. And this is usually about working in cooperation with spirit, because the mediumship card is usually talking about the other side of the veil and being the in-between person between spirit and others, right? So I just want to see what else we have here. We have the right order card, the commitment card, and now I'm going to go with this one. And I knew there was a reason why. Okay, and it's the intuition card. Okay, so seriously, you guys, this is definitely a message. You guys who have chosen this are the intuitives, the sensitives, the clairvoyants, clairsentients, and this is definitely, like, there's only two direct intuitive cards in the Return of Spirit deck, and you guys got both of them in this reading. So, I mean, this really is about you guys working with your intuition this month, honoring your intuition. For some of you, it will be working on mediumship and things like that. It's your intuition in whatever way you feel drawn to begin using it and expressing it. That could be channeled writing. There are 100 different ways you can use your intuition, but this is definitely a month of building that faculty and really stepping into your truth with it this month. And with this card sitting here, the commitment card, it's like really buckling down and not allowing yourself to chicken out or, procrastinate and to come up with excuses why not. This is really about you going, damn it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going to shake the camera if I keep pounding the table. But it really is making a firm commitment to yourself and to them, to spirit, that you are going to embrace your gifts, your skills, and start to polish the craft of what you do, or even begin to take the steps to develop your intuition because it's been calling your heart. Okay. And I find this one very interesting with that right order card. So you see how there's this square and everything is kind of calm and in this flowing motion. And outside of it, it's all this wavy kind of crazy energy. And this is kind of like the right order card is talking about things coming into the right order for you to be able to come into this place where you are working with your intuition. So whether that's talking about, you're finding the right teacher or finding the right course online, or discovering which is the right method, whatever type of an intuitive work you're going to do. There's something about things kind of lining up in the right order for you. So as you take one step on your path, the next step begins to develop for you so that as you're ready to step, there it is. The pathway is opened for you guys. So I feel like, the universe is really trying to reassure you guys this month, reassure you about the month and reassure you about stepping into your gifts and really owning them and claiming them, which is a very powerful message. Like I don't know, I've been doing card readings online for years. I don't remember these two coming out together. I'm sure they have, but it's very rare. So I want to emphasize just how poignant this message is that the universe is trying to give to you this month. Okay. I am available for personal readings. My contact info is down below. I am so happy to be back doing readings with you. Please do hit the like and share, and I will see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi guys. So for those of you who decided to come here to the end of the video, I thought we would just have a little chat because I do want to explain why I needed to take such a big chunk of time off. It just, how life seems to happen in a way that we don't expect. And I had just come to that point where I was on overload and I really needed to take time out to come back to myself, because I have a history of choosing very tumultuous, abusive, toxic partners. And I lost myself in that. And I had done a tremendous amount of healing over the last few years. And right as I was coming back into my work and doing videos, I got sucked down that trail again. And so the last few months have been a lot of really assessing what is important to me in my life and what I want to do and what I feel in my heart, what my soul is asking me to be my contribution to the world, even though my head argues with it, with all the self-esteem stuff, like, oh, I'm not good enough. And, I need to, So this was a time for me to get the last of that, the relationship stuff sorted and healed in my heart, right? Because I needed to undo a lot of the damage that had been done there. And I feel like I finally am completely free. Like now I can be here and do the work that I want to do. So of course I am going to be doing readings, but I've decided that I'm only going to do 1 video a week instead of 2, because I find it's just too much. I'm like a really sensitive flower, and I know sometimes I come across as very strong and, you know, go-getter, but I'm really not. I'm very sensitive to energy and people and all that. So in the heart of keeping my life in a place of flow and ease, I'm going to be doing 1 video a week, and I'm still going to be doing my personal readings, but I'm going to limit the number that I do. I want to get back to making another deck. It is time. I feel it in my heart and soul, so I want to dedicate some time to that. And I want to show you what else I've been doing, because I've always been an artist all my life. And so over the last few months, I've gotten back into my painting. And so this is, now it's hard to see, but it's all metallics. And I've gotten into doing fluid art. And this one is so stunning, but it feels good to have paint in my hands and under my fingernails. That's why I don't have any polish on this week. So I've decided that I'm going to start selling my artwork, and maybe even recording some videos of how I do them. And it's hard to see the metallics because these are all varnished, and so they don't show up super well. Anyhow, hopefully you can get a view of that. Yeah. Anyway, that has saved my soul. So I'm going to still always do readings for you guys. And I do need to say before I finish that I've received a lot of letters over these last few months. And if you are one of the people who wrote me and I didn't write back, I want you to know that I did read it. I just wasn't in a place where emotionally where I could handle, you know, being able to come into a conversation about it. But I've read the letters, and the love and support that is here. You know, people have a lot to say that social media and that sort of thing, you know, it disconnects us, but I feel like it really has connected. I mean, I'm getting teary-eyed. I've been blessed that so many of you guys are just such amazing, beautiful souls, beautiful people. And you guys have touched my life in a way that, you know, and in those times when it's felt really desperate and down and I question, why am I even here? You guys have been here for me. So thank you. I am really, really happy to be back doing this. I know that this is what I'm here to do. So, I look forward to a long run of my videos doing card readings for you guys. And I look forward to meeting you in the personal readings when we're doing those too. Anyway, I want to thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart. So, I hope I can give back to you as much as you guys have given to me. I love you with all my heart. Thank you. See you guys.